Paulie Malignaggi tried to go at me. Yeah, he tried to go at Mr. Everything Boxing. But now he messed with the wrong one, and he's about to get exposed for a stone cold bigot that he is and a hypocrite. Oh yeah, and I got receipts too. So make sure that y'all stay tuned to this, because you do not want to miss this video. And make sure that you hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed to the channel. Let's go. What's happening with it, y'all? Make sure that you hit my like button. Now, Paulie Malignaggi, we know that he's been running around once again crying and complaining because Vasyl Lomachenko didn't get the decision in a close fight. And he feels some type of way about that. He's been on his platform crying and complaining. He's been all up on the comments on Instagram and wherever you can think of, he's been crying and complaining. And my thoughts is because Paulie is so shocked because he feels that if you have his skin color, you deserve a certain type of privilege. And I'm going to prove that to everybody watching this video that Paulie feels that way. We've known for a long time, if you keep it 100, that Paulie is a well-known racist. Deontay Wilder got him up off of Showtime because Wilder tried to tell y'all a long time ago that Paulie was a well-known racist. See, Paulie is the type of dude, he want to have, flavor like black people. He'll be around black people and act like he cool with them. But as soon as he get around his people, it's a whole bunch of N words with the ER on it. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors. That's just Paulie. But Paulie feels very, very strongly, and he feels some type of way, right? It's really, really getting under his skin that Vasyl Lomachenko, the man that has the same skin color as him, didn't get the privilege that Paulie thinks he deserves. And it's also really, really getting under Paulie Malignaggi's skin because Devin Haney made some statements a while back saying that he'll never get beat by a white boy. And Paulie Malignaggi has been wishing and praying for the day that he can go back and throw that back in Devin Haney's face. And he felt this was going to be the time to do it, but he still doesn't get that luxury. So it's really bothering him. So recently, Antonio Tarver, he put out a video, right? And he was giving his assessment on the fight between Vasyl Lomachenko and Devin Haney, right? And y'all know who the Magic Man Antonio Tarver is. Best known for his knockout victory over Roy Jones when Roy Jones was untouchable. I ain't gonna lie, it still hurt my soul to this day, right? I hated that Tarver knocked out Roy Jones, but that's a whole different story in itself. But that's what Antonio Tarver is known best for. So anyway, Tarver was giving his assessment on why it wasn't of just a pure robbery like everybody is running around saying, right? But he was also saying that he thinks that Vasyl Lomachenko deserves a rematch. Now, I'm going to let y'all hear what Antonio Tarver had to say about this fight. Then after that, I'm going to let y'all hear what Paulie had to say to Antonio Tarver, right? Paulie jumped under Antonio Tarver's video, right? Got in the comments and got to crying and complaining again. So I'm going to let y'all hear that. And then we're going to get to what I said to Paulie Malignaggi and what his response to me was, right? And it shows you that he's just an all-out bigot. We're going to play the footage. Hold on.
Lomo probably should have stayed in the pocket a little bit more because he said before the fight, Haney wasn't a puncher. Well, if Haney wasn't a puncher, then you have to exchange with a guy that you feel you have more power than. And I think that's what he didn't capitalize. I thought he should have took more risks to try to get him out of there. I mean, why are you going to the decision anyway when you know a guy is an undisputed champion? You got to be thinking in the back of your mind, hey, I got to do a little bit more than just compete. You got to win. And I'm like, how can you take the man belts on a performance like that when he competed and he defended? See, you're challenging. When you're challenging for the belt, that's a different, you're fighting from a different perspective when you're defending. And I think when you look at that fight, the whole totality of the fight, Devin Haney defended. He never gave in. He fought back every time Lomo came and pressed. He was there. But truth be told, watching that fight from my vision, Haney got a lot of work to do. Haney got an extremely lot of work to do, bro. He's carrying that undisputed title. I didn't personally see undisputed talent. And that's just being...
Wow.
I didn't see undisputed talent.
So you heard Antonio Tarver clearly say that Lomachenko didn't do enough to take the fight from the champion, right? He is the challenger. Lomachenko didn't do anything that stuck out to take those rounds from the champion. That's the same thing that I said. A lot of those rounds were very, very close. And when you can't decide who the round goes to, mostly the round goes to the champion, right? The challenger has to do something to take the round from the champion, and he didn't do that. Antonio Tarver said the same thing that I said in my previous videos. Now, Paulie Malignaggi, right? This is what Paulie had to say about that. And I'm gonna show y'all how Paulie is a stone cold hypocrite. Now, Paulie, once again, he jumps under the comments of Antonio Tarver's video, and this is what he says. Making excuses for boxing mishaps is exactly why this happens over and over. This criteria for taking the belt from the champion was nowhere to be found when they scored my fight against Adrian Broner. Was also nowhere to be found when they scored the first GGG versus Canelo fight. Boxing scoring is black and white. Listen to what he says. He says boxing scoring is black and white. There's no gray. It's a 10-point must system. If we start implementing our own personal agendas, we make excuses for everything. Because guys that have given boxing what Loma has should be above getting robbed in this kind of fight. See how this works when I inject my own criteria? It becomes a free-for-all. There are excuses for everything in this sport, and that's why this is such a full of shit sport in business, right? Now he says, it should never exist having to take the title from the champion. Scoring is black and white, and it's scored on a 10-point must system. Well, let's listen to what Paulie Malignaggi had to say after his loss to Adrian Broner.
Assess the fight from your perspective and the split decision.
I thought I worked him. He did the same thing he did in the De Leon fight. He was sharp in his spots, but he just wasn't busy. In his spots he was sharp. He didn't land a lot of the shots he was throwing. They looked pretty, but he worked about 30 seconds of every round. It was a close fight because when he did work, it was good. I'm not going to take it away from him, but I thought I outworked him by a lot. I thought I thought I threw a lot more punches. I thought I carried the pace. I thought I threw a lot more body shots. Tom Schreck is a New York judge that was in Al Heyman's pocket. It's very simple. 117, 111 was a joke, man.
Disgraceful.
That was a joke. This was a close fight. I don't even mind if you had him winning close or me winning close. It was really that kind of fight, I'm not an immature kid like him. I'm not going to go up here and talk a bunch of BS and lie and whatnot. The fight really could have went either way. And even the fans that thought I won the fight, I'll be honest with them too. It could have went either way. But, in my hometown, as a defending champion, I felt like I should have got it. I'm the defending champion. You have to take the belt from the champion. And I don't think he did enough to take the belt from the champion tonight.
Wait, did this hypocrite just say that you have to take the belt from the defending champion? And he don't think that Adrian Broner did enough to take the belt from the champion. Once again, did he just say you have to take the belt from the champion? Is this the same man that got up under Antonio Tarver's comments and said that criteria doesn't exist in boxing? Boxing is scored on a 10-point must system. It's black and white. There's no gray areas in boxing. Don't start implementing and making up things like that because it doesn't exist. Hold on, let's listen to what he said again right now.
The defending champion, you have to take the belt from the champion. And I don't think he did enough to take the belt from the champion tonight. The defending champion, you have to take the belt from the champion. And I don't think he did enough to take the belt from the champion tonight.
So you mean to tell me that good old Paulie is a hypocrite? He did all of that talking under Antonio Tarver's comments because Tarver said that Lomachenko didn't do enough to take the belt from the champion? But Paulie got up under his comments and said that it doesn't exist? It's scored black and white, there's no gray areas? But you did all of that talking, but that was you after you lost to AB, right? saying that AB didn't do enough to take the belts from the champion. You have to take the belts from the champion. Oh, but wait, it gets worse. This is what I had to say to Paulie, and I'm gonna show y'all how he's a bigot now. He's not only a hypocrite, he's a bigot too. And then I'm gonna let y'all see his response to let y'all know exactly how this man thinks. Roll the tape. So this is what I had to say to Paulie for all the crying and complaining that he's doing. I said, Paulie, you must feel the white guy deserves his white privilege. And when it doesn't happen, you throw a dog fit. For you to be running around crying talking about a robbery tells everything about you. You know boxing too well and know that when a fight is this close, it's not a robbery either way. Loma didn't dominate at all. Those rounds were close all around. But Loma definitely didn't win. A robbery is Anthony Dirrell versus Carl Froch. Did you cry like you doing now for Dirrell? A robbery is Whitaker versus Chavez. Pacquiao versus Bradley won. Those are robberies. Devin versus Loma, not even close to being a robbery. When white privilege doesn't get implemented, you feel robbed. Now I'm gonna put up his response, and it's gonna let y'all know exactly how he feels and how he thinks. This right here says everything y'all need to know about Paulie. Mr. Everything Boxing, another spokesman for victimization. Let me educate you on this. Soviet communism is worse than anything you or any of your buddies have ever experienced in your life. My buddies, he mean black people. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. Me or any black people have ever experienced in life. Loma was born into Soviet communism while Haney was born and raised rich. I know for you, as a beta, it's easy to grasp the word privilege only from a standpoint of color, but it don't work that way. That was just a method the system used to brainwash guys like you. Keep your head up. So basically what Paulie is saying, what he's trying to tell me is that racism, injustice, and none of that exists in America for my people, right? And white privilege has never existed, that we are just brainwashed to think that, right? He's telling me Lomachenko has gone through way more than what your people ever could dream about going through. That's what he's trying to tell me. That's what he's basically saying. You know, and that lets you know everything about Paulie Malignaggi, how much of a racist and a bigot that he is. And the thing is, this is exactly why they got him off of Showtime. This is why Steven Espinoza told him that he gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you're going, but pack your bags and get up out of here. We don't need your services on Showtime no more. This is why. And I know and I understand it's a lot of racists on here that feel exactly how Paulie does. When one racist come out the closet, the rest of them come out. So what y'all can do is drop a comment in the comment section. Don't hide. I know y'all coming out. Hit my like button if you ain't no hater. And oh yeah, don't let me forget about the buck dancers that's gonna come in here and defend old massa. Subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know what I do. There you go, talking that boxing again.
With hey, clear the way, clear the lane. I'm top lit, different from them laws. Want no dogs in my cockpit.